I think when we come back to these first sessions of the year, first session of 2025, I think this is probably actually my favourite time of the year, my favourite session of baseball of the year, because there's just no pressure at the moment, right? It's all just, we just get to play baseball. We're not, we're indoors, we're not worried about the weather, we're not worried about getting a field ready. I mean, we don't even know what our league looks like at the moment. So there's no pressure. We just get to come and play baseball. We just get to get better at playing baseball. We get to meet new people. We get to see people we haven't seen in a couple of months, maybe some people we haven't seen since the end of the season. It's about as fun as it gets, right? Later in the year, there will be pressure on all of us. There's pressures on the coaches to bring it to every session. The bats for this year, they're going to be the only team in the WNBL. And they know what that means for them. They know what the expectations are for them.
Obviously, it's not about bats, but I'm worried about the team, okay? And obviously there's a bit more of a swagger to this whole, we are what we do. And my expectation this year is that we are a playoff team, okay? And that starts tonight, so obviously if you're a returner, out to new guys, let's make sure we're doing stuff properly. And yeah, it starts tonight, guys.
For Metalheads, we're taking a huge step up going up to AAA. It's what we think is the right move. It's what absolutely everybody there wants. We just want more competition. Like I've said it before, that I would rather lose every game at a higher level than keep winning at a lower level. I've played sports before where we know going into the game that I played American football and we turned up to teams and we knew we were going to put like 40, 50 points on them, and it's fun once or twice, but then you need that challenge. I think if you're a certain sort of athlete, even amateur, you want to push yourself, right? And that's what Metalheads are going to do this year. I don't know what expectations are for us. I know there'll be some teams out there probably hoping that we're going to fail, show us that, like we almost got too big-headed or something, but I think we're just up for that challenge, right? Whatever happens, we're going to be playing a better standard and that'll push us. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a big year. I think the time was right to make that move.
You did for baseball? Yeah. Gotta do what you gotta do, man. Yeah,
So yeah, I've been really excited to be a part of this club. It was my first year last year in 2024. Very much looking forward to 2025. Really wasn't even familiar with the baseball clubs in the UK. I played American football initially and was familiar with a local Birmingham team. And from the first practice, I sensed a really good family culture. Everyone was very inviting. It was a fun atmosphere, but there was also the balance that we wanted to be good as well. So there was a good, healthy, competitive nature there. So my background in baseball went up until high school, until I tore my rotator. I was a pitcher, and I put it on the back burner for a while. American football took a toll, and I decided to go back to baseball because there was an opportunity here. I just from the get-go, I liked the way it was structured, the way practices went. I liked just the indoor and outdoor facilities that we organized, which was nice. We're always finding ways to practice in the off season, even in the cold weather, in which we find cricket facilities here, because we're always looking to excel and get better and we don't use the weather as an excuse. And that's the exciting thing. This team is full of baseball players, people that love baseball, that want to play baseball, and been a lot of organized clubs that they aren't exactly keen on off time. This is all in our own time. This isn't an organized practice through the club, but this is just players that want to get better, and that's something that I really haven't been a part of playing sports in the UK in the last 8 years. Are individuals that want to get better in their own time. A lot of athletes I've been a part of have wanted to practice just when the team organizes practices, and I mean, it doesn't get any better when you can just get together and play with some of your buddies and people that want to get better, and that's the strive. And we're having fun in the process, and we know we're going to be polished up for the season because we're kicking it up a notch into AAA level. So we have our goals set. Sky's the limit, and we're just going to continue to get better. And yeah, sky's the limit.
How you doing, Matt? Good to see you.
Bring it in.
See you, Matt. Oh.
Yeah, so just come out of the 2025 AGM. So I've just signed on as the club secretary. So I've been with the club for 2 years now. So played 2 seasons. Came to the club as a complete novice with baseball. Didn't really know anything about it. We're just looking for a new sport to play. And sort of the previous secretary left last year. And I thought I'd take his place, and I think I'm looking forward to getting my hands dirty, well, as dirty as you can be as the secretary, helping out on the admin side of things, seeing what grants we can secure for the club as well, and I think we've grown a lot over the last year, and we're looking to grow even more over the coming year and beyond. So. Obviously, Saeed's got his the youth side of things, which is going from strength to strength. We've got the women's sessions, which will hopefully grow into a team of its own as well, competing in different leagues. The Metalheads have moved up to the higher leagues in the BBL, and the Bats are looking to win a lot more games. I'm really looking forward to playing for the Bats over the next season too. I think I've been doing a lot of reading up on the rules. I think after 2 seasons, I've nailed how to play now, and been working on my skills offline. So, as well as supporting the club as a secretary, I'm really looking forward to getting back to playing as well. And that's about it. So I'm just hoping for the weather to get a bit nicer, and new season can't come quick enough.
So these pitching clinics I started just to sort of increase the level of pitching throughout the UK and in the West Midlands especially. It's one of those things where, as much as I want my own team and myself to get better, it's also important that other teams get better, or else the level of competition just isn't there. So I started doing these clinics last year. It was a really good trial year to do it, and this year I'm hoping to expand even more and do more advanced clinics just to up the level of pitching overall.
Yeah. So basically joined the club last year. In terms of organisation and ambition, I think the club is in the West Midlands, way ahead of all the other teams. I also moved closer to our home field. That's why it made me move to this club. Obviously, the start of the season has been great. We're starting slowly and progressively to be active again, be on the field or indoors, throwing balls, quality reps, rather than just throwing some balls around. And yeah, so this season, the club is taking what I consider two steps forward in terms of level of playing, and also these move to AAA will demand from us a better organization, uh, get better in our training sessions. All of us, we will need to step forward and be better, be more serious about the game, about the training sessions. Yeah, I think very positive for the club. Be inside of the integrated in the BBF group as well. So just one voice, one organization that is controlling the whole way of things, instead of having different leagues that work in a different way. We have a pattern to follow now with the BBF, which is very important, I think. And us as a club just need to be ready for the start of the season. Obviously, it will be a lot more difficult, but that's why we're here. That's what we wanted as a team, as an organization, as a club. And yeah, let's be ready for it.
So I met Saeed and Bob at the Elevate Clinic in the 108, and after that they reached out about running a women's session. I also know a couple of the other guys from playing in the West Midlands League, and Carl through American football, and then funnily enough Gareth also played American football, and with mutual friends in Jodie, the photographer. So I started playing baseball after COVID. It was one of the first sports back that you could get into, and I just did it for some fresh air and exercise and to meet some new people. Since then, I played for Bells Baseball, played for Bristol Baseball, and then this year I'm going to play for Hearts Harriers in the AA. So really good session today. It was nice to have some new faces and some familiar faces turn up. Really good demonstration of cross-sport strengths. Some people from football, some people from cricket really came into play today. I had a great time and ended with a really good game of wiffle ball, which was very competitive. Hopefully we'll be able to get all of those women back, keep coming back, training regularly, build up the numbers, and then start to enter as a women's team. It'd be really fantastic to join with the rest of the women's teams across the country. And hopefully we'll keep having more sessions soon.
So I'm doing the design work for one of the last sort of big things we have in pre-season. That's the fixtures post for the Metalheads. Already done the one for the Bats. That's gone out. We were waiting for the fixtures to be confirmed by BBF this year. Something has changed. Leicester are gone. Okay, not sure where Leicester are now. So it looks like we're going to be playing now Bristol, Bracknell, and just Richmond. Okay, cool. I want to be like a little bit more out there with the fixtures post. this year as well, doing this like sort of tour style poster, in part just because it's fun, but also because there's a fair few teams out there that have started copying some of our designs, and yeah, maybe this will be weird enough to put them off. I don't know. But we always like being unique anyway. We always try and like stay aligned with like this sort of grungy like aesthetic we have. We always want it to look real as well. So, you know, like it might be on a screen on like your Instagram or whatever, but I want it to look real. Oh man, we're gonna be sick of Bristol, and Bristol are gonna be sick of us. We got them 4 times in the first 5 weeks. 8 games against Bristol in less than a month. Okay. I designed that. That was cool.
Yeah, so it's been a very interesting off-season for the Bats. On a personal level, I've decided to go to the Bats to help them with a bit of coaching after having a great year with the Metalheads. There's been a strategic change in the way that we're approaching our games this season, focusing primarily on outcomes of games and results. I think in the past 2 years, the Bats have been focusing on development, giving as many people reps and opportunities to play games. However, this year, results will be a part of our KPIs and our trackers of success. So what that means is there's been a lot of emphasis in our preparation to work our best and try to fight for the starting lineup. Everyone knows that game time is not guaranteed unless you prove it in training and in games. So that's the mindset that every single Bat has to approach now. We're looking forward to hopefully a few pre-season games. We're speaking to a few clubs to just get those game reps before we start the season. And there's a lot of players who are looking to play in new positions such as pitching and catching, and our focus this year is to spend a lot of time in those bullpen sessions looking to develop those players, so we're not relying on a few individuals as we have in previous seasons. Our main goal is essentially to win more games, develop more players to be good enough to play at the WNBL level, and if we can, help build some players up to eventually move up to play for the Metalheads. So yeah, that's our objective. I think just win more, get more runs on the board, get more hits, less errors. And yeah, if we do that, I'm very confident that we'll have a great season for 2025.